How long have you been DJing?
Shit. Probably for like over like 12, 13 years. Yeah. I probably got good within like the last like 5 or 6. Technology got good, and I feel like I just adapted with the technology.
And that came before or after like the coffee, like entrepreneurship? I'm like,
that came before the coffee.
Okay.
The person that got me into the game is Happy Monday, and the owner is Craig and Yamel, and Craig is one of my best friends. And what kept our friendship intact was the music. So us DJing is what actually kept us intact. And he actually was the one that like kind of got into the coffee world. We actually lived in this neighborhood probably like 15 years ago in Humboldt. So this is like a little bit of like full circle like kind of situation. Yeah.
For like the people that don't know, you used to live up north, or there's another Drink Happy Thoughts up north.
Yeah.
In Uptown.
Yeah.
And you just opened the Humboldt Park location like a few months ago?
No, the Humboldt Park location's been open for like just over a year.
Oh, damn. So
like Juneteenth was our 1 year anniversary. And,
okay. Yeah, because you guys got in here, I think, a little bit after us. We got in our 1 year anniversary is October, but we got in there like in July, kind of.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember when you guys put up on the block and everything was like, oh, and then Judy came through and was like, she was like, oh,
Judy's
nah.
The connector with everybody.
Connects the whole neighborhood. But yeah, I love you guys' spot. I think you guys did a really good job with it and definitely utilized the space in its entirety. Like, it's beautiful. So,
thank you.
Yeah.
Same with yours. I think when we first got in here, there wasn't this much furniture, but you've been building it out slowly. I like all the touches. I wanted to talk about the smiley face a little bit. I know it's like a lot of people use the smiley face. I just like the branding was already there when you took it, or you kind of.
Yeah, so I bought Drink Happy Thoughts.
Okay.
The story is how the tale goes is I bought Drink Happy Thoughts. Happy Monday had started it. Had started Drink Happy Thoughts, but they sold it to somebody else. And the person they sold it to, I saw an opportunity and I dove in and asked if that person wanted to get from underneath it while they had the opportunity to do so. And they were willing to do it. But I was working for Happy Monday at that time. So it's like very intertwined.
So is Happy Monday still a thing?
Happy Monday is still a thing. Yeah, they're downtown. There's River North and one downtown and one in River North.
That's completely different than Monday Coffee.
It's completely different. Yeah.
I feel like
that is
everyone has
I remember when I've seen Monday Coffee. We're like, yeah, but no, those are good people too.
Yeah,
I like them.
I like their aesthetic.
Yeah,
cool.
They got the roaster down there and on the west side, and like I think it's a cool place. Like I've been down there a couple of times, and the whole building is pretty cool. So
it's crazy because I feel like I don't know. Then you got like Drip Collective, and then you have like there's another space that just opened up in Humboldt Park that's like Drip Cafe, and it's like people that do similar things, but I don't know. Like it doesn't feel like you're like you're not in competition, or you don't feel like I don't get that feeling from you. Like I don't know.
I feel like everybody's gonna compete in some way. Like hopefully it's in a healthy way. But no, we march to the beat of our own drum.
Yeah.
Like I said, me and Happy Monday were DJing for like they had DJ sets in like 2020. Before like it became like super trendy. And we would mess around and go DJ off to the side. While the shop was open, and like that was fun for like the neighborhood to come through when we were doing it. And then next thing you know, like I was like, oh, let me just put my turntables into this shop when I got it. The other shop's a little bit smaller, so we never had the opportunity to do so. But once I got like a little bit bigger of a space, I was like, oh, I'm throwing the tables in there.
I think you guys have a mural of Red Door. You know that guy?
Yeah. Red Door's on
Red Door. He did this dragon, or no, the tiger. This is Killabuns. I think they work out of the same shop. I think it's Sunflower Tech. But it's just funny because I mean that's the world that I come from, like all the artists, and we've been in the same city, but we never really got to like have a sit down.
Right.
I think you've also said that you've gone to Colombia, or
no? It's one of the dreams. It's probably going to happen within the next like 6 to 7 months.
Oh, okay,
for sure. So
I thought you were about to have because you were going to Colombia or something. But I remember you about.
It's on. I have a lot of respect for Colombia and the Colombian coffee, and so like I'm a big fan, and so it's always been on like one of my like dream list, bucket list, and it's on the top of it. So
is it known to be the best, or is there like other?
There's other places that are like. I mean, everybody can. Everybody I think has their own specialty when it comes in regards to coffee. I think Colombia just holds a little special place. Like, it's one of the first coffees that I learned how to like kind of roast when I worked with Happy Monday. And then like just the ties from Happy Monday, because the wife of Happy Monday is Colombian, and I think she like implemented a lot of her culture and like kind of showed her ways, and that like not overshadowed, I think the word I'm trying to say. She basically just showed us a little bit more of her culture. So then like, it wasn't just a coffee bean, it was more than that. And that showed a lot. And then that just kind of made me intrigued. And then of course, like you have like all the social media, always like, just like really talking Colombia up a lot. And so I've always been like very, like it's just on my bucket list of places to go.
Yeah, I love it. We have one called Café Rojo that we bring back. We literally bring like pounds in our like luggage of like this red coffee that we bring back. But my dad loves coffee, like they call it tinto. I don't know if you ever heard. I think that's just like pure black, like nothing added. Okay. But I love how you use the burlap sacks, and I use that in my clothing to package my clothing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's just like a cool little touch. It reminds me of Colombia.
Yeah, it's a nice little look. I like him. That kind of just pays homage to from when I used to roast coffee and things like that. So, like I was roasting coffee for 3 years before, or 2.
When you say roasting, that's like when you're putting designs into it, or that's like just creating regular?
No, roasting is like when you're a coffee bean, when you get it, it comes yellow or like a yellowish tint. And so like that's an uncooked bean. So basically roasting is us cooking the bean to a certain level, crazy. And like so that you're getting all the flavor, the most out of the flavors and the most out of the caffeine, if you prefer it to go that way. So
and you guys roast your own?
Yeah, I was roasting with Happy Monday, okay. and then I started doing shops, and I stopped roasting. But one day it could be in the future. So,
yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
it's really cool. I feel like at this point in your career, you're kind of like more able to like enjoy the fruits of your labor. Or from what I've seen, I think yesterday you're on a boat. Like
yes. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of slack for that. That's for all the haters, by the way. Yeah, I like getting on the boat and smiling in everybody's face about it. No. Yeah, like nowadays, I've definitely worked my ass off to get to the point where I can step away a little bit from behind the bar and go enjoy like the fruits of my labor. But like there's neighborhoods and there's people that I've seen like 6 days a week, 7 days a week, 12-hour days. Like, never looked up. Like my slogan was grind it till you find it, and just go at it and don't look at the clock. Just rock it and get what needs to be done and just go. And so finally, we had a great summer, and all these amazing people have came through and thrown these awesome events and kind of helped get us recognized. And one of the things I hate doing is like making content. And like linked up with some people that like wanted to create their own create content, and so they bring in all these people, and so like that took that off of my hand. So it's like, how many times can you take a picture of a drink? Like right. I can't do it. And then so that helped out a lot, and so since then, we just kind of just been coasting up and up.
Do you feel like that's like difficult, like letting somebody else take creative control? I feel like, I don't know, me, I'm a perfectionist, and I have a hard time like delegating and letting people like handle certain things.
I feel like if you trust your people, you can let go a little bit. I trust my staff. Like, one of the things that I really like about them is that they'll put the business needs before their own needs, and so like they won't just be like, hey, we need this because it makes my job easier. They're like, we need this because it's going to improve the product that we're trying to produce out. And when you're saying that to me and when you're talking to me like that, then I have more trust in you that you're going to look out for the business needs than your own personal needs. And then I I can step away a little bit and kind of let it go. Because I don't want to micromanage anyone. Like I think it's great for any entrepreneur to let go a little bit and like not be so tight, because everything isn't going to be perfect. And I've learned that in other businesses that I've like kind of ran.
Crazy.
Like
what other businesses have you ran? Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's go. I owned a landscaping business in Denver for like a long time. Yeah, for like 6 or 8 years. And I always had landscaping in my background.
Your family used to do it too?
One of my old neighbors was a landscaper / firefighter. And this is probably where I learned how to like let stuff go. Is like when I was like 15, 16 years old, I was running this business and he would like show me the ropes and things like that. 17, he was pretty much like, all right, you go out on your own. 18, I got the phone and I'm doing the quotes. And then 19, like me and my parents were like, all right, then it's probably time for you to go on your own and start doing your own thing. And so we started doing it there, and I'd be off and on with it, just go back and forth about it. And then when I moved to Denver, then that's when I got into it full time and had a landscaping company out there.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in Chicago? Or you're from Chicago, you went to Denver, then came back?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Straight did a boomerang. To come home and get things in order. Yeah.
But which do you prefer? Like, would you go back to Denver or
no?
Okay.
Chicago's home. Denver just wasn't doing it for me. I remember I stayed in Denver for like 6 to 8 years, or was it 7 years? Yeah. And just to have like enough like of the flavor and the diversity and, and the culture that you get from like Chicago, and like it's not home. You know what I mean?
I can see that.
So but I worked in the bar scenes before I left for Denver. And I wanted a hard reset because I was like, you're not going to go too far, in my opinion. Like, I wasn't going to go too far if I stayed in a bar scene. So I thought it was a good idea for me to pivot, go out to Denver, press reset, landscaping took off. And then the next thing you know, I was out there for a while. Yeah. And I was like, all right, it's time to come home. And I pressed hard reset when I came home. Like, hard reset. I started from nothing and then worked my way up.
With coffee?
With coffee.
You're the only owner, or do you have any partners? Okay.
100% black.
I think that's been the hardest thing for me, just like dealing with my partners. I mean, I wouldn't consider us like a business because I feel like we're not providing a service and we're still learning how to like sell our products. Like, I feel like I make so many different things, so many different like items that I can't really figure out how to like scale it or to like I feel like you need an item that keeps people coming back and stuff. Like, I don't know. It's like the clothing industry is just hard too. I feel like we need a signature piece. But yeah, what I was saying with my partners, like we get into it a lot, and sometimes I do wish that I was like my own boss, and I don't know. There's like things that I could rely on them for, but having to get approval is like
it's kind of nice because then you can make it through a decision. I have an amazing PR team, which are my sisters. Okay. Yeah. And my sisters are probably like, yo, let me edit this video before you send this out, right? But they like, so when there were any real issues that come up or anything like that, we'll put it in the group text, and if it goes 2-1, then that's a wrap. Like, even if it's against me, like if it's 2-1, like, all right, we're not doing it, or we are, So, that's awesome. And that's so to have a partner is not necessarily a bad thing as long as like the vision's like kind of the same. As far as products and trying to figure out what product works, your job is to just, you think you have the coolest thing in the world, and like, if it's not moving, then it's not moving. Like, I can have a drink that Jesus himself comes down and like, this is fine, this is it. But if nobody else thinks it is, then it's coming off the menu. You know what I mean? So my other thing is, I would say it's just like yeah, just keep grinding it till you find it. Just throw as much shit as you can at the wall, and like then just like start tweaking it to make it better. And then once you start seeing something move, you're like, oh, that's it. That's like what's my thing that we did? The hats. The hat. I'm not even wearing a happy hat.
You are.
I'm wearing a thoughts one, but the happy hat was the one that went. Like I can't even keep them on the shelf. Right
now. Fine. Okay.
Yeah, the happy hat, the green one, upside down one. That one went hard. And then the shorts. Like it was just random.
Yeah.
But like I thought, what I thought was gonna move was like my bucket hat. And I stayed on the shelf for like a year.
Yeah, people they don't really rock it.
Right. And then there's like other things that like I'm thinking they're gonna kill it, and like they're like more like they're just shelf stockers, and I'm okay with it. Like they'll just get picked up every once in a while, or sometimes I'll just feel like giving and just hand them out. Like here, check it out.
And you design it yourself, or what's the?
Yeah. Like I'll come up with the concept or something like that, and I'll ask someone to put it together, and then but I'll usually see something. And I'm like, oh, that's dope. And then like just try to make my own style on it.
That's exactly how.
So I feel like that's what all creativity is these days. Like, but I'll see somebody walking by, and that's why you'll always see me like always outside, and you always see me at different places. And because like I like saying yes a lot more than I like saying no. At least when it's like going out and doing things and being a part of life. Like I'll run on 3 hours of sleep. And it's like, all right, that's like, what are we gonna do next?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
As far as like your home life, like how do you balance like family and the business? And I know you have a dog, right? Yeah. You don't have any kids? Yeah?
No kids. No kids. Yeah, shout out. It's just me, the pup, and we live over by the other shop. My life was very easy. I set it up very easy, like it was 2 blocks away from the other shop, so I could literally roll out of bed and get the shop open. I was still open up late. I'm getting yelled at, like the baristas always, oh, I heard you were late the other day. Like, shut up. And then this one like kind of just threw a wrench in my plans, but this one was a layup. So so I had to take this one. But as far as the balance in life, it's not, my life isn't complicated. It's not complex. Like I go home, hang out with the pup for a bit, and he's an old pup now. So like, he just wants to sleep and chill all day anyways.
But that's like intentional. Like you told yourself like you don't want like responsibilities too much. Or like,
no, it wasn't like that. Like I think they just never. I want things to happen organically. I never want to be one of those people that are forced. I never want to be one of those people that have things pressured. And so those opportunities of like having a kid or anything like that have never like really presented that I felt, secure enough with a partner. Even then, like I could be chasing my dream. If I'm chasing my dream, then I'm hyper focused.
Yeah.
I'm not paying attention. It doesn't matter. Like, and I could think that it's going to be a 6 month journey when it can turn into a 6-year journey, and
it's a kid. It's a baby in itself. Like having a business is like a child. It is your baby.
Like everyone that I know that is in the coffee business or was in the coffee business, the one thing that I've seen that have like given them a speed bump was the kid. We like having a kid, and like that is either taken away from what they can possibly do at the shop, and like taking time away and things like that, and not being able to like really scale as much as they would like to, because now you got human beings to take care.
Yeah,
what I mean? So to me, I think that might have been my birth control right there.
Yeah, I just always like wondered like, and then. You say you lived in Humboldt Park, or you live in Humboldt Park now?
I used to live in Humboldt Park.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a long time ago. I'm an old man now, so.
How old, if you don't mind me asking?
Man, how old am I? You said?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know if we want to answer. Nah.
We could bleep it if you want.
I don't know, Judy. You know how old I am? Yeah, you know how old I am. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm 41.
Okay.
So. Yeah. So
you look great. You look like
appreciate you. Appreciate you. You know, it's that coffee scrub coming out soon. Everybody want it. Yeah. So in like 2000, I want to say like 2012, 2013, maybe even 2011. We lived in Humboldt Park, and actually, me and the owner of Happy Monday lived in Humboldt Park, and this before he was even in coffee, and he got into coffee. Within the end of our lease, and yeah, we were just always cool roommates, and we kick it. I had these cool jobs where I worked at the bar, so I always want to go to there and hang out. So, but yeah, lived off of Cortez in Cali, basically.
Wow.
Yeah, Cortez was the street in Cali. Yeah, right over by the Red Clipper. Yeah.
I actually just made an offer. An offer got accepted on this place in Grandin, Pulaski.
Okay.
And I've just been having a hard time, like, with me and my family, just because they thought it was dangerous, and it might be, but I just kind of feel like I think I'd be okay. Like, I don't know. Like,
I feel like, yeah.
How do you feel about Humboldt Park in general? Like,
I love Humboldt Park. Like, I mean, I feel like this part of the Humboldt Park ain't really Humboldt Park, right?
Yeah.
Like, but like, so like what a couple of my neighbors like doing on this block is they like to say they're Wicked Park, and I'm like, no, we're Humboldt, and I will always say we're Humboldt. Like,
I think so too. Yeah.
This is legit Humboldt Park on this side. But like,
I think past Western, it's considered Wicker, right?
On the other side, yeah. And so like 2 doors down, literally 2 doors down, they say that they're Wicker Park, and I'm like, nah, we ain't going there. You stay true to what you. And I think even across the street is something different, you know. So, but no, I gotta love Humboldt Park. Like, it's just like it's a vibe, you know. It's definitely it's been there. It was my first place that I moved from the suburbs and then moved, and got here. Never had any issues.
What suburb?
Out from Naperville.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. We had that one out. We don't. Yeah.
Naperville's pretty fun. I'm originally from North Lake.
Okay.
And then moved to Chicago with my girl, but because I'm originally from Bogota, I came here when I was like 5 to Melrose Park. So Melrose Park, I was in there for a long time.
So before Maywood, or before Naperville, I lived in Maywood. So
okay. Yeah, right there. Yeah. And I went to Proviso West, so it's like all in that area, Hillside, West Suburbs. But then I worked in Niles. I had a studio in Skokie. I don't know, like. So what do you prefer, suburbs or city? You live in the city, so you would have went back.
That's an easy question. Like, I only go to the suburbs for holidays.
Yeah.
I don't can't stand the suburbs.
And all your family's over there?
Yeah. Like, I mean, there's been even opportunities that people have wanted me to come bring a coffee shop out to the burbs, and I'm just like, just can't. Like, there's like.
Some people have success in it. I know this one brand, Abacada. They got 2 stores out there, and they're really popular. It's like Filipino streetwear. Really high quality stuff, and their stuff looks cool, but they're in the middle of nowhere. I don't know how they keep. I guess they have their fan base, but I couldn't do it. I prefer Chicago.
Chicago's like, so I don't know. It's just like you just got everyone. It's somewhat close, but everything is here. You know, like you don't have to travel too far. I don't feel unwelcome when I'm in Chicago. Like, yeah, there's certain pockets of the areas, like, you know, that you can walk around. You're like, you know, they hold their dog a little bit harder. You know, they clutch their purse a little bit more. But like it's but in general, like I never felt like, you know, like super uncomfortable while I'm in Chicago. Like I go to the burbs, I'm uneasy. Like I just. There's something about it. Like I can never get really comfortable in the suburbs. So unless I'm in like the house with the family, then I'm fine. But like while I'm out and about, I never felt comfortable in the suburbs.
How do you feel like Humboldt Park has received you, like being Black owned?
Amazing. They've been great. They've came through, showed out, you know, showed love, and vice versa. Like we don't want to do the same.
Yeah, I feel like you have your group of guys that you hang out with, your walks.
Yeah.
You
see
owners and stuff.
The business owners, business owner meetings on Fridays. Yeah, just turned into like us just hanging out. Yeah,
it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's like your own community and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. We have a good time with it. Like now I'm really trying to split the time between the two shops. You know, like before I was really heavily focused on the Humboldt Park because it was just opening.
Right.
And like now I'm trying to go back and forth a little bit more. So
have you like talked about opening up a third location? Or
if it happens organically, like I'll definitely consider it.
Okay.
I'm not opposed to, you know, not opening, or I would like to open up another one once, but it has to happen like everything has to just line up correctly.
I feel like at 3, like when does it become a franchise? Is there a specific number or?
In my head, no. I feel like
you damn near have to go like more south just to cover the whole.
I feel like I could cover it. You start a franchise within a couple of blocks. No,
yeah.
No, that's not true. But like, I feel like, you know, I want it to be convenient, and I also like don't want it to be too much. Like I don't want it to be something that turns into like watered down. You know, I feel like I still want to be able to touch every store every day. You know, to some degree, or at least be able to trust the people that are running the show. But yeah, I would like to. We'll see how it goes. Like, you know, like there's been other areas. Like there's a spot off of in West Town that I thought was really cool. I've seen another place in like Lincoln Park. Like there's things that pop up, but then I'm like, are we there yet?
Just like open spaces for lease and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like yeah. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure something to pop up. Usually they start popping up around like over the winter time is usually when new spots start popping up.
That makes sense.
Yeah. You got to roll with that where you just don't want to open up. You would prefer something that's already done, like something that's already has like all the piping and all that stuff, because you try to do it from scratch. Chicago uses copper for the other pipes.
Yeah. So
like copper is a lot more expensive than PVC. And so putting a sink in turns into a $20,000 project. And you're like, that's not even the cool stuff. Like you just put a sink in, that's it.
Yeah.
And so like that can come out pricey. So one of the things you try to look for is just things that like, you know, maybe your concept may work like in over the person that was there before, or you know, maybe they just weren't loud enough, you know, or whatever, you know, they just didn't adjust well to the neighborhood. But sometimes you just go in there with false hopes and false confidence. But so far, we're doing decent. So I feel like
sometimes it's better not to like put too much on your plate. Are you the type of person that like looks in the future, or you kind of like live in the moment? I feel like
a little bit both.
Okay.
I feel like it's balanced. Like I live in the moment for sure, especially during the summertime, because like I feel like it could just fly past you like that, you know. But then when you were sitting and you have to wait, like I feel like then you start looking at like what you need to do in the future and kind of start preparing a little bit more. There are times where I can just sit down, digress, and just kind of see what's going on in my life, you know, see what needs to be handled.
So you think your summers are more busy than winters?
100%.
Damn, I would think that people drink more coffee in the winter, but I guess because you offer iced coffee and matcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's Chicago, right? So I feel like we don't get a lot of places don't have the benefit of drive-thrus and things like that. So industry is industry across the board. Restaurants, everything. So everybody's busy industry-wise in the summertime. And in the wintertime, it kind of just dies down. You just kind of coast through it and hope that you saved enough from the summertime that you can like kind of you can get through the winter, because the winters are brutal.
Damn.
Like
I never knew that.
A negative 20-degree day will have you questioning your business life. You're like, man, are we doing how many days of this we have? Can we get a 10-degree day? Yeah.
And it's like people in like LA and like the warm states, they probably never have to experience that, right?
I mean, you would think so. I'm sure I'm sure everybody like just slows down a little bit during the winter months, you know. We blame it on weather here, but I'm sure over there it's something else. You know, they could be like, oh, it's rain season, or you know, just a season where like you're not really gonna have as much foot traffic as you normally would. You know, and that's what. And for us, I believe it's winter, but then people just get they adapt to the weather, and then then they start bringing it back out. But there are you can see the numbers. They're up. June, July, August. Everybody's outside. And then they just start slowly declining. And then you get to January. And then it's like, oh shit, February's tough. Then March 15th is usually the turnaround. St. Patrick's Day. That's usually when everybody starts to go. We thought out, we're good. And then everybody comes outside.
Okay, that's good to know. What do you want, like, your, I guess, to be known for? Like your legacy? Or like, do you think about that?
Legacy.
I know it's a deep question.
Yeah, that's a deep question. Don't really put too much thought behind legacy. I guess that would be like the live it in the moment kind of situation.
Yeah.
Of not thinking about that part of it. Just come out with good products. Just know that like I still got calluses on my hands. I'll still work my ass off. I'll still jump behind the bar. I'll still pick up a shovel. I saw somebody doing landscaping today, and I was ready to go with him. I was ready to go to war with him. I was like, let's go. Let's get this. You know. But like, don't be afraid of hard work. And I hope that like you can see that with how I do things and how I dive into things, and you know, and don't be afraid to smile and talk to people, and just be kind to everyone. I think that's very important, and because you never know. Like, there's this like, I was just talking about this the other day. There, like we're seeing like all the Venezuelan like refugees, and you're like, you'll be out and about, and you got the kids coming up with like flowers and gum, and like, and you're like, nah, you know what I mean? But like these kids are hustling, and then like I was out, and like the person I was out with was like, man, it just breaks my heart, and I was like, it does. I was like, man, I feel for them, but I was like, it doesn't break my heart. I was like, because that kid's gonna grow up and be a fucking monster.
Yeah.
Like that kid's gonna have like a hustle like no other. And I was like, give that kid 20 years and he's gonna like, you gotta see if he stays on the right path, like he's gonna
outwork everybody
into something like you have no idea. And I was like, because he's been his whole life had to hustle, had to work, had to do things when like we're at home, doing whatever we had to do. And he had to be like, man, no, I was out selling flowers. I was out selling cookies or whatever I had to do to like, just so we can make it.
Yeah.
That kid's gonna get an opportunity one day. He's gonna run with it. And I was like, so you can feel bad right now and understand, but I understand this moment right now and how important it is. And I think that struggle builds character. Struggle builds you up. So don't be afraid of struggle. Like embrace it and look at it as a lesson learned. That's my You don't fail. You just learn lessons.
Yeah. So. I think the people that never make it are like the ones that quit. I always like think about that. And like everyone who like stuck through with what they had planned or was able to adapt, it kind of worked out for them. That was well said. I feel like you're very profound. And like, I don't know. I feel like you've already figured out a lot of stuff that I'm trying to figure out.
I mean, it's like I said, these are all lessons learned, These are all like anybody else would look at some of these. You can talk to my family, you can talk to anybody, and they're like, man, like, yeah, he just got his ass whooped, like, forever, Like,
was your family like entrepreneurs too?
Yeah, mom and dad are, they own a caretaking service. Little brother is fitness influencer,
great.
Like sisters, they do PR and marketing, but like, but they're not too far off of
right.
Like they still like doing their like side hustles.
And they help you with your...
Yeah, they help me with their stuff, But yeah, like mom's always implemented that, like always have a hustle, always have a hustle and get it right. And that's always been like in our head.
That's awesome.
And like I was in trouble when I was younger, so I pretty much didn't have a choice other than to be an entrepreneur. Like I wanted everything like, you know, I lived in Naperville, so I wanted all the stuff that all the new Naperville kids had, you know what I mean? And so like I went about it probably the wrong way at first, and then like but these opportunities that I have now would not have came had I done like the path that I was, you know, you're told to do, right? And so I feel like the wrenches that were thrown in my path have like been utilized and used as tools to help me get to where I'm at now. And yeah.
What do you think was the path that they were telling you to do?
You know, like to go to school, go to college, get a degree, go work corporate, you know, and you know, stay humble, you know, like just stay underneath the radar, you know, work hard and you'll get to the top one day, you know, underneath somebody once they tell you that you're able to do so. And like to me, I was like, man, like I was always told no, like, you know, like, nah, you're not going to get this opportunity. I would know why I wasn't getting the opportunity, you know, but I never wanted to use it as an excuse. I wanted to use it as a leverage. I wanted to like, all right, fuck it. Like you just lit some more fire underneath my ass. Like, all right, oh, you don't think I'm going to do this? Say less, you know? And now it's starting to, like, I try not to be the face of the business. Like I try not to, like, if you like look at the things, I'm like really not trying to be like, oh, look at me. Like I'm, like I'm like
let the business speak for you.
Yeah, just let it run its thing. If you find out that I am, cool. You know what I mean? And sometimes I'll even lie and be like, nah, that's not me.
They're gonna find out after this. But it's okay. I like that too. I always like, because I always name after, I mean, being an artist, I want my credit, you know, but yeah, it's like a very prideful thing or like an ego thing. And that's something I battle with too. I'm just trying to like let go and letting the work speak for itself and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Just put in the hard work, you know.
Keep your head down.
And you just got to see what sticks, you know. Like, and it'll be something you created like a long time ago, right? And then like all of a sudden, somebody it'll be popping right there. Like you won't even know. You're like, oh, that was simple. You're like, yeah. It'd
always be like the ones you least suspect, or like the ones that like the impulses. I feel like, I don't know, I get a lot of feelings. I do think like a lot of this comes from like a higher force, but like those impulses are what stick sometimes or hit.
So always put your heart into it, like, you know, like believe in your product, believe in your you know, that, you know, like you, because you're gonna need that to like fuel you to get past like the hard part. Like believing in your product is like,
especially with like a name like Drink Happy Thoughts, I feel like you're kind of forced to stay positive.
A little bit, right?
With the smiley face and stuff.
Yeah. It'd be tough when the baristas come in here and they like 7 a.m. without their coffee, and you're like, you know, let's drink Happy Thoughts. Put a smile on your face. Like, what is wrong with you right now? I swear to God. But like, you know, but they know, I think customers know when they come in there and they see me, like I can genuinely see that they're happy. Like, oh shit, Brandon's behind the bar. And they're like, we know we're about to have a good conversation. You know, I'm like genuinely going to ask, how you doing? How's your dog doing? How's your life? How's your wife? How's your new kid? You know what I mean? And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, that I'm really trying to find out how things are in your life. And try to do it in a manner to like, you know, that they know like it's community, you know, but like, I know that like some of the baristas are like, nah, we ain't doing all that. I'm like, bro, because don't get this shit.
Would you say like this business has like priority, or like, have you thought about venturing off into something else?
I would love to. I would love to, because that's the true entrepreneur spirit.
Like, right? having multiple
different streams. Something I would want something that offsets this. You know, we get so busy in the summertime that I would love something that's busy in the wintertime, and to kind of like give me that balance of like just always like we got to go. But then like everything that I want to do is usually like summertime heavy. You know, like I'm like, man, do I go back into landscaping? It's just like, you know, do I hit the landscaping again? Like that would be fun. That's actually one of my that's actually something I'm decent at. And it's in my back pocket, and it's always to come out.
You could always fall back on it.
Yeah.
But it is summer focus.
But yeah, it's a summer, like, so I'm like, did we just stack up like hell in the summertime and just like, you know, chill in the winter? Or,
hibernate in the winter.
Like, do I just turn into a straight up bear? We're just gonna sleep all winter. But
or travel.
Travel's the best time to travel that I've noticed is like January, February.
Yeah.
You know, anytime before spring break. And I'm a person that likes to do things during the week. I do not mind grinding and working on the weekends because I don't want to be out amongst the masses unless it's like a concert or a show or something like that. I would like to go out to a nice restaurant on a Wednesday than a Saturday. You know,
I like that too.
You know, or go to a bar and go like have an intimate setting for like a band or a DJ on like a Tuesday, you know, and then like
you probably got that from your bartending experience because I feel like everybody who works bartending, they always work weekends. All my friends are bartenders, and I never get to see them on the weekends because they're always, that's when they get the most money for sure.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, because you got the masses out, you know, like that's our longest hours are on the weekends, you know, and it's like, you know, like everybody's gonna be out on the weekend, you know, everybody's there. Like the Thursday through Sunday is like the build up. Thursday it starts building up. It's Friday we're getting up there high. Saturday we're peaking. Sunday we're like peaking, but like it dies off at like towards the evening. Yeah. And then like Monday it just like recycles its way up and then starts working its way back up again. So you want to get as much revenue as possible from those like 3 or 4 days. Yeah. And then because everybody's out,
that makes sense.
Starts flowing it. So yeah.
Before we go, do you have like maybe like a piece of advice for like someone who wants to get into the coffee business or like an entrepreneurship?
Judy's in the background.
2 different questions. Yeah.
Right.
Answer hers first.
Yeah.
How do you build community?
How do you build community? Community is built one way. So Uptown has a really good community based out of that coffee shop. And from there, what I did was, I have a good friend. Shout out to my homegirl Deepa. Yeah, can't stand you, by the way. Social butterfly, but like knows everyone in the neighborhood. And like came to the coffee shop and always like help out. But then like I would notice other people that were like kind of along the same like path or like anything like that energy. And I'm like, hey, you should introduce yourself. And then boom, she's like, got my best friend. Now they're doing things as like a group activities. Yeah. Like, you know, they're having like group dinners and things like that. So like it was like built off of that. Like, you know what I mean? And
introducing yourself.
Doing introductions to people and like those small talks that you do at the counter where you like figure out people's your solution specialist, right? So those small talks that you're having, like how you doing, and they like will tell you like a problem that they're going through, and you're like, oh, well, I know a person that's in this world, like, you know, like somebody's like, oh yeah, like my legs hurting from running or something like that. And I'm like, oh, go talk to my man, Dr. Tony, 2 doors down from me. He'll get you right. You know, he'll do the massage and then he'll send people over my way as well. And then like just the community just starts building up, and then like, you know, people that are new to the neighborhood, because having a coffee shop next to any business is probably one of the best things that you can do if you're going to do a brick and mortar, only because coffee is a drug, and these people come in here daily for their fix, right? Yeah, it's crazy. You might have to edit that, right? We're all just drunk. That's good to know. Yeah. But like these people come in here daily, you know what I mean? So they got to walk past that business and all the other businesses. So they're looking in all the windows daily. We don't make a lot of money like off of that. Like we're not a bar, so we only sell one drink, one pastry. Right, you know, like this isn't like, you know, at a bar you can sit down and have 2 or 3 drinks. Like I ain't never seen too many people have more than 2 coffees, you know what I mean? Like, unless they're here like all day, you know, but it's like, so it's not like there's a ton of revenue in the coffee bar. So if you do have a business and you're trying to get known and you don't really know how to do it, one of the easiest things you could do outside of having a coffee shop is to park next to a coffee shop. And because their customers are going to see who you are. And then, you know, that's going to generate income without even really trying too hard, effortlessly, as you could put it. So, but that would be one of my advices.
Yeah.
The other ones, y'all have to come in here, come get a drink and I'll tell you the best.
All right. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate you.
Yeah, 100%. I'm happy we finally got to do this.
I know you don't really shout out your personal, but I guess what's your socials for the business?
The
Instagram?
The Instagram is drink.happythoughts. Wait, let me actually check. I don't even know.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I think it is too.
We'll put it
bogus. Yeah, drink.happy.thoughts is the coffee shops. And then every once in a while I'll post from my personal account. And if you guys figure that part out, then and I vibe with you, I might accept you as a friend.
That's good. Private page. And then you do DJ sets too sometimes.
Yeah. If you sometimes every once in a while you can be walking by, and if the moment's right, the air's blowing just right, the moon's up, I'll start playing. I'll start DJing. And
I didn't. Sorry. Did you ever try to get gigs? Or
I've gotten a couple of gigs.
Okay.
Yes. So that was one thing. I never wanted it to be a for real thing.
Yeah.
I never wanted it to become a job. Because it is my creative outlet. I feel like if I'm forced to do it, then it wouldn't come out as good as I wanted it to.
Yeah.
I feel like when I'm just messing around and just
What kind of genre?
House, hip hop.
Okay.
I'm actually starting going back into hip hop because we got some cool new technology with the tables and stuff like that now.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like, so now I'm trying to do house and hip hop, old school, a little bit. So we'll see how it goes. I get ADHD, so my mind's all over the place. I'll hear Ricky Martin and start jamming some shit.
All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
All right.
Appreciate y'all.